What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Generational Sports. Josh, we're on that Kevin Durant right now, that 35th episode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, one of our guys. How you doing, Josh?
Well, right now I'm watching the Cavs stink it up in the first quarter, so not too good.
Well, I assume that means you bet Cavs to win the first quarter.
Yeah, -1.5 against the Pistons, who are missing basically their entire starting lineup, but still somehow are.
I was gonna roast you for picking the Cavs to do anything, but I understand. It makes sense now. So you know what? I'll let that one slide. I'll let it slide. But a nice long day. Just got back from the gym. That's why we're a little late. Your boy's trying to get into shape other than a rectangular prism. So, we're trying to get that, summer bod. I'm a little late to the start, though. Catch me in summer 2022 and we'll be all right. We'll be all good. I promise. You got the dog already, and I was also told now you're Steve Irwin. Got the pet snake, too?
Yeah, I'm supposed to feed it a mouse tomorrow. I'm pretty nervous for that.
Oh, no.
I've seen it before when my brother lived with us, but it's not easy to get used to.
See, like, my brothers had a lizard one time, and we had to feed it crickets, and that was bad enough.
Right.
Like having to go, ew, it just makes me cringe because I remember going to the pet shop.
Baby mice, too. Babies.
Oh. What happens if your dog gets a hold of them instead?
I don't know. My dog's a little pussy. He'll get scared.
Of the mice or the snake, you never know now.
Both. He'll get scared of both.
Next thing you know, it turns into a guard dog, be chewing up that snake. Have some new boots pretty soon. But with that being said, we'll get into the sponsors, of course, because you got to pay the bills around here, as I always like to say. So, if you're into the betting world, make sure you head over to mybookie.ag, use code US700 to double your first deposit up to $1,000. Listen, if you want to bet, do it there, okay, people? They're supporting us, so we support them. They got everything you want. Baseball's underway. We obviously got basketball going on, the NHL. I'm sure you could have bet the a little sneak preview what we're going to get into. You can bet on the NFL draft. So, check it out. My bookie got one of everything, basically. So make sure you go and see them. Next up is RX Hemp. RX Hemp-USN will save you 10% on your entire order. So if you're a little sore from life, as I might be after doing biceps today, my arm already feel, bro. It's weird. Like it doesn't hurt anything, and like I can lift it, but it just feels like there's nothing there. Yeah,
that's like the fatigue, bro. You're stretching out those muscles.
Next thing you know, I'll be Hulk Hogan out here, those 24-inch pythons. Yeah. But that'll be a different story. But yeah, RX Hemp, if you're a little sore, they got the pain relief CBD cream, so make sure you go and check them out. Our code RXHemp-USN will save you 10% on that order. Next up, we have the Teespring store, teespring.com/stores/Rob. Go check out the merch. I wear my handy-dandy generational sports mask everywhere I go. So make sure you go and check us out. Check out any show that you like on the live lineup. If you like one, go support them. We all got merch out. So make sure you go and check that out. And then finally, the Patreon. Patreon.com/unwrapsports. The $1 tier just lets us know you like what we're doing. There are no benefits with that one. But the $5 tier, you get 10% off that store I was just telling you about. So, you can buy some extra merch now. You also get entered into an Amazon gift card giveaway, and you get access to our Discord chat where we're talking about a little bit of everything. You're like an honorary member of the fam, as I always say. And then the $10 tier is everything I just said, except the 10% discount goes to 20, and you get entered into our signed memorabilia giveaway each month. Last month it was David Montgomery. The month before that was Keenan Allen. Both of those were jerseys. This month we got a miniature Ricky Williams signed helmet.
Hey.
So check it out. If you want to win something, now's your time. We're still kind of breaking into the Patreon world, so we don't got as many people right now, and you got a great chance of winning. So if you want something, hit up that $10 tier. But with that being said, you guys know how we start this show over here with a little Who Am I? A little Who Am I? It was supposed to be a back and forth thing between me and Josh, but I think it's a lot more entertaining watching me struggle. Because I'm not very good at these.
I got you a tough one today, just because this is probably like 5 in a row that I've done. So I'm like, I'm going to make them tough now. It's not
Listen.
going to be easy.
All right. You know how it starts around here. I got the stopwatch. Give ourselves a nice little like minute 20, minute 30, 2 minutes if I really feel like it, because I'm the host and I can do what we want. And I'll see if I can guess it. But Josh, after your first hit, I will start the timer.
I was the only quarterback drafted in the first round of the 2013 draft.
2013.
Only quarterback selected in the first round.
That's I think Hackenberg was a second round pick.
Might have been.
Or might not have been.
Not sure. I can't
Oh,
comment on
no,
Hackenberg.
you're trying to lead me into something.
He played for the Bills and the Raiders.
The Bills and the Raiders. EJ Manuel.
Yep.
Oh, yes, sir. Let's go.
Man, the
I
Cavs are
love
down 9.
Oh. And you got them minus at 1.5, you said?
Yeah.
So that's what we call, ladies and gentlemen, a tough life.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man.
That's what we would say. So, but with that being said, let's get into the news. And, we'll start it off with this. Kind of not really that much of a surprise, but in a way, it's kind of sad as well. Alex Smith has retired. Josh, how do you remember the career if your dog doesn't kill you first?
I feel like he had a pretty solid career. He was the number 1 pick, so it's not exactly what you'd expect. You got to stop, dog. Come on now. Stop.
Come on, son.
Stop. Hey, no. But, he had a solid career overall. He wasn't, Hall of Fame, number 1 pick type of guy. And his draft class, it kind of sucks being the number 1 pick because Aaron Rodgers went 24th. So that kind of sucks for him. But, he was good for the 49ers for a while, was good in Kansas City till Mahomes. And then, now with that comeback story, it just made his career even better, being able to come back from that. I saw a bunch of people on Twitter saying, too, like he doesn't deserve the award named after him because he didn't do anything good after the comeback, which is just stupid. Yeah.
Don't worry, Mark, by the way. We're going to get to your Celtics. We're going to get to them.
Yeah.
So you calm down.
But I think he had a solid career, It had its ups and its downs. But I would say it was a solid career overall. Definitely will remember him for the comeback more than what he did in San Francisco and Kansas City. But, still a good quarterback in his career.
Yeah, you're kind of right about everything. I think without it, without the injury, you think about him and you kind of remember that he was the one that was ahead of Patrick Mahomes for that little bit, as Josh is trying to wrestle with his dog.
It's starting to bite hard now.
I'm about to start doing a play-by-play on the dog.
He needs
about to break into commentator mode. But yeah, so before that, I think he would have went down as the person that coached Patrick Mahomes into what he is, and then obviously that for the first pick in that draft instead of Aaron Rodgers and that, and in a way, they're not negative, but I feel like you wouldn't want to be remembered for things like that because it's still you were the guy instead of, like you were playing instead of Mahomes, you were drafted instead of Aaron Rodgers, so. In a weird way, I feel like the injury kind of makes his career more about himself, which kind of sounds odd, but in a way it does. Hey, listen, if you don't want to name the award after him, I think you're out of your mind because, and so here's the other thing too. I still haven't watched his documentary. I can't find it anywhere, bro.
It's on YouTube somewhere.
Like I looked, I haven't looked in a little bit. I looked like a couple days after it came out on ESPN, so it probably wasn't, legally up yet. But I've been searching for it because I'm trying to watch it because I've heard like how good it is, and I just want to see it. See, like we got the extended trailer. Like, come on! I found it. I found it. I know what I'll be doing after this, but yeah, I think it ended the way it should have, though. It ended with him, coming back on the field, being pretty successful when he did. He got that team to the playoffs, kind of.
He got the
Sort of.
49ers to an NFC championship once.
That as well. So he ends it with the Washington football team, but I would have much rather see it end that way than him getting hurt to end it, because like I said, like both of us said, actually, even when he came back, it was like, it's such a cool story, but every time he got tackled, I was cringing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God, I was like, please don't let this be the one. Please don't let that be the one. Like it was still a really like scary thing. So I like the fact that he's going out, in a way on his own terms, maybe not as well, because I'm sure he still wants to play. He probably just doesn't have too much interest. I'm kind of surprised nobody gave him like a backup role just to try to mentor somebody. But
somebody had to have offered him, I feel like he just didn't want to go play because there's no way he was going to be a free agent if he wasn't planning on retiring.
I could see him going into like a front office position too. Maybe like a
scout or something.
Yeah, scout or like a quarterbacks coach. I think he'd be, because like we said, Aaron. I mean, Mahomes credits a lot of his early success to what Alex Smith told him. So hopefully he can continue that in a way. But good for Alex Smith. He posted a nice thing on his Instagram for all of those that didn't see it, explaining just thanking the fans and everything like that. Can't believing that he even made it back into football, and kind of explain like in the beginning of it how he wasn't even ever thinking about football again until he was doing physical therapy, and then a guy brought a football back and he was like, it just made me feel stronger. So good for him. Goes out on his own terms in a way, and definitely a career that we're going to remember and probably have an award named after him, because I can't think of really anybody better.
No.
But we'll move on from there and we'll go to some signing news, a little free agency news. I know it's died down quite a bit. Obviously not really the big names out there anymore, but one was kind of left with Jadeveon Clowney, and he has signed with the Browns. A lot of people were expecting that, but he officially has now. Josh, where do you put their defense in, the ranks of the NFL?
I think they're just outside of the top 10. I think they're a good defense, but teams like the Rams and the Steelers and a lot of other teams I would put ahead of them. But I think they're in that 11, 10, 12 range. They're good. They got a decent secondary, a great front end with Garrett, and they actually cut Sheldon Richardson, I think, and he's a veteran, so he's gotten older, not as good, but they're still really good up front. With that now they have Jadeveon Clowney too, who can help stop the run. So I think they're not up there with the elites with some of the teams that went crazy last year with holding teams to such few points, but they're definitely not bad. They're middle of the pack, I'd say.
See, I'm over exaggerating. I think they're an easy top 5 defense now.
Top 5, really?
Because I think that they were very solid before, as we got Matt pulling up to the chat. What's good, brother? But yeah.
Who would be your top 5 defenses?
I think the Bucs will be in there. Mm-hmm. I think the Rams will be in there.
Steelers?
Yeah, Steelers will probably be in there. Who?
Washington.
I don't really love their cornerback play. I know they got the front 7, obviously.
Right.
But
San Francisco?
With everybody coming back, it's possible, but they did lose Richard Sherman.
True.
I think they lost Verrett. Was he on?
I think he did leave. Yeah.
So maybe their cornerbacks are hurting a little bit. I don't know. I just like it. I just like their defense. Like we said when it was kind of building up to if he was going to go to the Browns or not, it was kind of, you're obviously not going to double team Clowney because then you're leaving Myles Garrett one-on-one. And if you double team Myles Garrett, although Clowney never lived up to his number 1 pick expectations, I still like my chances.
Yeah.
I'm still, because, we saw it before when he was with JJ Watt and JJ still, had some left in the tank, and I wouldn't say it was still his prime, but he was still a very good player. They were a solid duo together. They really were. And then, it just came down to the fact that neither one of them could be on the field at the same time as the other one. It seemed like somebody was always hurt, but He's still pretty young. And now you put him on opposite sides of Myles Garrett. They still have some people, up the middle. They still have Vernon.
Yeah, I think they still have Vernon.
So they got Vernon. He can be another situational pass rusher. Like they got some serious weapons over on that defense. So I don't know. I like Denzel Ward a lot. They signed one of the better free agency safeties, so that they took care of that position as well. And then you just got to see what they do in the draft. I mean, they're kind of one of the teams that we've talked about that they're not really drafting for need, which is weird to say about the Browns. But they kind of have everything. I mean, maybe they go a little O-line, try to, bolster it up even more for Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, but it seems like their edges are obviously set. Wide receiver, they've been good. They have like 3 tight ends as well. So I think that they're drafting for depth, and maybe they get that all extra offensive lineman. Maybe they get an extra defensive lineman to really bolster. Maybe they, try go linebacker or something like that. But I don't think, and here's my thing. I know it sounds like I'm saying Clowney puts them over the top into a top 5 defense. Like, I think that their skill level, and as of course a lot of these younger guys get older, plus their free agency moves, I think they were already close anyway. Like in my head, they were always like a top 10 defense. I don't know if the stats back it up, but in my head they were. Like maybe everything just didn't come together at once, but I think that they easily had the talent to be a top 5 at least.
Yeah, definitely. They're young enough to, and after last year, how they performed, they can be in the top 10. Like I definitely think they're up there. It's just, I don't know, some of the teams that have been proving it over years, like the Rams and the Ravens, I don't know if I can put them above them right now. But if Clowney works out, then it can be a discussion.
Yeah, no, it's understandable as well. I mean, there's teams that have been there and done that already. So, you kind of stick with them until they're proven otherwise. But we'll move on from there, and we'll go to what, I teased before during the sponsor, portion of it. Our wonderful partner, MyBookie, USN 100W first deposit, has the over-under, I believe, at quarterbacks taken in the first round at 5.5. I mean,
that's a lot of quarterbacks.
Here's the question. See, and now here's where I struggle with the question, because you have it worded in the doc. Are 5+ franchise quarterbacks being taken?
Well, that's the goal, right? First round.
No, absolutely, that is. But I can see Matt's going under, and he's thinking it's a no-brainer.
Well, Kellen Mond is a wild card in that does he go in that late 20s range?
So what do we got? We got Fields, Lawrence, Matt
Wilson,
Jones, Trey
Lance, and Zach Wilson. That's 5. But
so
then
it's a lock for 5.
Kellen Mond at the end of the first round is risky, but I mean 5 is a lot. Do you know how many times I did some research? Okay, I got a little bit of history. For a situation like this.
Professor Josh.
Since 1986, the past 25 years, there have been 6 draft classes where 4 more quarterbacks have been taken in the first round. So obviously you have that Eli, Big Ben, Phillip Rivers year. The J.P. Lossman went in that round too, and he sucked.
Never heard of him.
In 99, Tim Couch went number 1 overall, sucked. Donovan McNabb went number 2 overall. Was good throughout his career.
Mid.
Yeah. Achilles Smith.
Never heard of him.
Dante Culpepper. Just okay.
Okay.
And then Cade McNown.
Never heard of him.
Yep. And then 2011, my guy Cam. Worked out well.
Mid.
Jake Locker.
Oof.
Trash. Blaine Gabbert.
Oof.
Christian Ponder.
Oof.
2012, Andrew Luck, RG3,
Oof.
Tannehill, and Brandon Weeden.
Oof.
That didn't work out for the teams that drafted them, but Tannehill is now good for the Titans. Sucks that the Dolphins are the ones that took him. And then 2018, Baker, Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar.
I mean, hey.
Jury's still kind of out. I mean, Lamar and Baker, great. Josh Allen, MVP level. It's just Darnold, who, what do we know? And Rosen got done dirty. This dog is pissing me off. And then last year, Burrow, Tua, Herbert, and Love. So, I mean, the history of it, you're not going to hit on all four. That's
what I'm saying, because you say franchise quarterbacks in the question.
If they're going to draft a quarterback,
it's not happening.
Four in the top five.
The franchise quarterbacks.
Four are going to happen in the top five.
Oh yeah, but are they going to be franchise quarterbacks? History tells you that probably 2 of them will be good and 1 will be a superstar.
Then it really confuses me, like why these teams are going to take a quarterback. Like Lawrence.
I had this conversation on the hard count on Tuesday, or last Tuesday, obviously. And I'll ask you this question as well. And I don't believe I talked to you about it. Do you think quarterbacks are overdrafted?
Absolutely.
Like the position?
Like when I was looking through it, like I went all the way back to 1986 and I was looking through it, and all those early years, like up until probably like 2015, like the max was like 2, except for a couple of years. And then the past few years, it's been like 3, 4. I don't get it. Like they were really good in college, but they're not even the first or second best player in this draft. Why are you taking them 8th overall? Like there's so many better talented players, but I get it too. Quarterbacks are the most important position on the team. And if you don't have one right then and you think you have a good roster, maybe take a shot, because everyone sees the Mahomes, they see the Tom Brady, but it's like those are later guys. You don't need to take one in the top 10. So I do think they're overdrafted heavily.
See, that's where I landed on it as well, because I think the perfect example is Mac Jones this year.
Yes, he's good.
Coming out of college, and I don't even pay attention to it as it's well known. All I heard was like, oh yeah, he'll probably go day 2, second round type of thing, blah, blah. He's good. I swear he's the 3rd pick now.
Nah, I definitely think 49ers go Fields.
And then I swear they're going Mac Jones, bro.
Because why would they do that? They said they're keeping Garoppolo. Hold on. All right, you do something. I'm taking care of this dog. I'm not doing it.
Well, as Josh takes care of his doggo and, does whatever he has to do, I still think the 49ers are going to end up taking Mac Jones. I don't know why, but going back to the question that I phrased, I don't know. I just think I've said it recently that I think quarterbacks are overdrafted because, like we said, you could get Mac Jones in a normal year in the second round, maybe 3rd round if he fell. 3rd or 4th picks right now? What are we talking about? Josh, you're muted.
I know. He's not going 3 because
yes, he is.
They said they're sticking with Jimmy, right? They said Jimmy's their guy.
People say a lot of things.
That's
the
what
Jets GM said that they were sticking with Sam Darnold.
But then they traded him. They haven't done anything with Jimmy, and they haven't said anything bad about him. So why would they draft Mac Jones, who is a play now quarterback? That's true, Perry. It's very true.
It's true, Perry. Nobody talks about those DUIs. Don't drink and drive, kids.
But if they're going to have Jimmy this year, there's no point in drafting Mac Jones because you already know what he is. The ceiling it's hit.
Would you say that the ceiling is the roof?
Yeah, I think it's considered, but
as the brilliant Michael Jordan said once.
But I think, it's Fields has the potential. You let him sit for a year and watch from Jimmy Garoppolo, then he can be really good. But Mac Jones is you're going to have a QB competition. You're already paying Jimmy. It just doesn't make sense for them to take him.
I don't know. I just go with the reports. I'm going with the reports. I'm sticking to it. We'll make a friendly wager on it.
I already bet on Fields going 3.
Well,
I got a lot. I made too many NFL draft bets. It's going to be stressful.
I bet you $5 that Mac Jones goes 3rd.
No.
Wow, what a baby.
I've already bet too much money on it. I don't need to give somebody.
Hold on, let me go find you some tissues real quick.
Shut your mouth, man.
Child, what a child. But all right, we'll go back to the original question of franchise quarterbacks. Like I said, I think 2 of them will be very good. No. Out of the 5 that are going to be drafted for sure, and I don't know who is going to be the ones I'm saying, but 1 will be a franchise quarterback. Another one will be very good. Another one will be serviceable, and then 2 other ones are just going to be terrible.
In my opinion,
the history. That is the history.
It's the history, but then you have those years with Eli, Ben, and Phillip Rivers, who were all franchise quarterbacks for over a decade. All except for Rivers got to a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl. Eli got 2 of them.
So did Big Ben.
So I mean, it's But I do think there's like Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, and Trevor Lawrence. I think are all going to be really, really good quarterbacks. But at the same time, like you're saying, like I agree with you, the history is just it's not there. Like
You know what they say: if you don't look history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Like I love Trey Lance at 9 to the Broncos. I think that's best for him. But then it's like, who else needs a quarterback right now that, like Mac Jones, just where does he fit? New England? That's his best spot. That's his best spot.
Why? We got Cam.
He could start over Cam this year. That's how good he is right now. It's just
So
his
you're saying
future.
Cam is washed?
Never said that.
I think that's what you're saying.
Never said that.
You know,
Never
I'm
said
reading between the lines right now. I think you're saying Cam's
I
pretty
think Cam
washed.
could be a great mentor.
So he's washed.
No.
He
just
knows
knows a lot about
backup
the
now.
game. Knows a lot about the game. You know, won an MVP, had a bunch of Pro Bowl years. Very successful player in
Lost
this
the
league.
Super Bowl.
Hey, don't you know about that, David Tyree?
It's all right. At least we jump on fumbles around here.
Oh, okay. You also know how to drop wide open passes, like your father.
Yeah, listen, it was a bad throw.
No, it wasn't. That was in his hands, bro.
Bro, it hit off his fingertips. You expected Tom Brady to lay out?
Stop. Yes, in the Super Bowl, this guy who gives it his all, man. This hero.
Yo, speaking of giving it his all, do you? I mean, I know this isn't on the list or anything like that, but do you look into what Trevor Lawrence said at all, or do you think it's just stupid?
I haven't even seen anything about that. What did he say?
So, I believe Sports Illustrated does like an interview with all the draft prospects, blah blah blah. The interview basically, like he's like, I believe it was his dad said like football isn't like the thing that drives him, and then I don't know if it was his dad again or his coach. His high school coach was like, he could walk away from football right now and it wouldn't matter like to him, like this, that, and the third. And that he was saying he like doesn't put a chip on his shoulder, like, and like people are trying to spin it like, oh, he doesn't care about football. He doesn't have that competitive drive. Like he's this good because, you know, he's just naturally gifted. But then when you get to the next level, then you're not going to succeed because you're not putting in the extra work, blah, 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 this, that. Like, I don't look into it at all because he then came out once again. You know what? Let me try to find his exact quote. But while I do that, do you look into it at all?
No, not really. I remember a long time ago, I saw a video of Trevor Lawrence at Elite 11, which is for high school quarterbacks, and dude was missing, like it was a big net target, and he was missing the entire net, and he was like a junior in high school. And then to look at his progression since then, I mean, to think he doesn't care about football and doesn't have the drive to be great when, I mean, it's not easy to just be gifted and then carry Clemson the way he has done the past few years and be as successful as he's been. Yes, he's.
Here are the quotes. Here are the quotes. Lawrence said, I think that's unhealthy. Just always thinking that you've got to prove somebody wrong. You've got to do more. You've got to be better. Then his dad on Trevor's mentality said, he's not I want to win a Super Bowl at all costs. And then his high school coach said he could walk away from it tomorrow and be fine. With that being said, Trevor Lawrence then came out a couple days ago and said, it seems as if people are misreading my sentiment. I am internally motivated. I love football as much or more than anyone. It is a huge priority in my life. Obviously, I'm driven to be the best I can and maximize my potential and to win. I have a lot of confidence in my work ethic and I love to grind and chase my goals. You can ask anyone who has been in my life. That being said, I am secure in who I am and what I believe. I don't need football to make me worthy as a person. I purely love the game and everything that comes with it. The work, the team, the ups and downs. I'm a firm believer in the fact that there's a plan for my life and I'm called to be the best I can be at whatever I'm doing. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, LOL.
I mean, it's not like I don't think it's as alarming as people are saying it is. He obviously wants to play
to me,
football.
people are coming out and acting like he's saying like, yo, I'm really just playing right now because I'm about to make a shit ton of money.
I know he wants to play football. I mean, he took a lot of hits last year. He could easily just, you know.
See, that's the other thing too. He was one of the people that was trying to get the college football season restarted.
Yeah.
Like if he wasn't motivated to play, wouldn't he be like, all right, I'm going to be the number one pick after my freshman year anyway?
If he didn't care about football, he wouldn't have played last year. He would have sat out like a lot of other dudes.
He would have sat out the whole year. He wouldn't have fought for football to come back. And then he got COVID and still came back after everybody said he shouldn't have come back. Like this is like prime example picking at straws.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, he's going to be great if people are trying to find things to doubt about him and make him not look like this great number one pick. Which is, I mean, they do it with all the quarterbacks. Everyone at Baker. Look at what they did with Baker.
This is the one thing that I think Cowherd said that I think was really smart. Because we look at last year's draft with Burrow, and he came out of nowhere. So, we never had the time to, pick at his game and everything like that.
And then they used the good thing about Burrow against him, too, how quickly he became good. They're like, oh, is that going to last?
So we didn't really have the time to sit there and nitpick him, though. But Trevor Lawrence has been good since his freshman year.
Yeah.
So we've had 3 years to be like, oh, but why didn't he do this? And then why didn't he do that? And then look at this, look at that. He's the opposite of what everything else is. He was good. I mean, he was great to begin with. Right. So now you try to bring him down instead of, the normal path of, going to be great, getting built up. And then eventually when you get to the top, everybody tries to break you back down again. But he kind of took the opposite route.
Yeah. It's stupid. They do this with all the number one picks. It's because, I mean, look at what they did with Baker. He got that video of him getting tackled by the cops is still one of my
I
favorite.
Still don't think I've ever seen it.
It's funny. It looked like it hurt. And obviously he was stupid for it, but it's funny. But they painted him out to
Baker
be this.
Mayfield arrest tackle. Let's watch
it. It's so funny.
Let's see. I'm watching it right now. But keep talking.
Oh, yeah, it's nasty, bro. That man snapped in half almost.
Well, that cop looking like Jadeveon Clowney out here.
And Cowherd probably used that video 8 times in in 4 shows, just attacking Baker, saying he's not dedicated to football, what they're trying to say about Trevor.
Here's my problem with this video, bro. Where did Baker think he was going?
He had to have been so gone, bro, drunk, because there are cops right there.
Oh, he's barely even running.
Yeah,
dude.
he was
fast
increasing
jog.
speed. He was starting to increase speed.
That was a fast jog at best.
That's my favorite video, man, because the way he got tackled, bro, he got snapped in half.
Nah, his rib had to hurt.
Yeah,
but whatever. All right, and then we'll speaking of Joe Burrow, I think it's time to get into this as well. There's a little chatter what they're doing at the 5th pick. You think they should, offensive line or another weapon? I think this is a very simple answer for the both of us, but I'll let you start it off.
I feel like it should be a simple answer for everybody, including the Bengals. If Penei Sewell, which he most likely will be, is available at 5, you take him. I get they drafted a lineman last year that's supposed to play left tackle. You move him over to right. Penei Sewell is a franchise, 15-year left tackle for you. And if they don't go that, they better go Jamar Chase because, I mean, I just don't understand why they don't go offensive line, though. It doesn't make a lot of sense if they don't. I mean, they released the pictures of their new uniforms, and then one of them, Joe's sitting with his leg across his other leg, and you could see the scar from his surgery. It's like, dude, you're going to post these and then draft him another receiver he doesn't have time to throw to. They better draft Penei Sewell. And if not, the only other option is Jamar Chase, but I don't even think that should be an option.
Yeah, I don't know how this is a difficult thing. It just doesn't really. Wow, I'm looking at the picture now that you were just talking about, and somebody zoomed in on the scar and said, "Tell us who the Bengals are drafting," without telling us who the Bengals are drafting.
Legit,
But we literally on this show during every football week would be we're picking against the Bengals. We think Joe Burrow will play good. Let's say a quick prayer for him that he actually walks off the field because he's going to die. And eventually he tore his ACL. We were on that. Yeah. We were on it. So if you don't draft an O-lineman, I say this all the time, and I said it last year about the Eagles for Carson Wentz. If the Bengals GM, owner, head coach, I don't care, doesn't draft an offensive lineman, immediately arrested.
People on Twitter were saying they have a good O-line. That's what people on Twitter were saying. Did you watch?
Good O-line where?
Then why did Joe Burrow almost lose his leg 6 weeks into the season?
Why did Joe Burrow Why wasn't he like the most sacked quarterback through those first few games?
Yeah, him and Carson Wentz were like neck and neck with sacks.
Like I said, attempted manslaughter immediately for GM, coach, and owner if the Bengals don't draft an offensive lineman. Easily.
Yeah.
But easy answer for us, so we'll move on from there. And we'll do our way too early, in my opinion, but Josh put it on here, so we'll do it. Offensive and defensive rookie of the year prediction. Now, I want to change it, though, because I think it can be a little boring for offensive rookie of the year because it's always a quarterback award.
Oh, yeah.
So let's take quarterbacks away, Josh. You okay with that?
Okay,
No
yeah.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Because I got somebody in mind.
Yeah, I think Devontae Smith.
Wrong answer. Unbelievable.
I think he goes to the Eagles.
Ooh.
And I think he puts up just insane numbers because he'll be the best player on the field for the offense every play. I think he'll put up not Justin Jefferson type numbers because that was like a historic type of rookie year, but I do think he puts up great numbers. And I don't know, Jamar Chase is going to wind up somewhere that has an okay receiving room, I think, already.
It's crazy that you're wrong twice.
You're going to say Kyle Pitts, aren't you?
Yeah, bro.
In Atlanta, bro, with Julio and Calvin Ridley.
Exactly. They're going to be.
Matty Ice. I thought you hate Matty Ice, bro. What's his noodle arm going to? I thought you didn't like Matty Ice.
He's mid at best, but their defense is awful. So they're going to have to put up 40 points a game. That offense is going to be passing like crazy. Kyle Pitts about to have like 1,100 yards first year.
See, tight ends are just tough for me to rookie tight ends. I think he's going to be great, but Atlanta's got a lot of weapons already.
Bro, like I'm telling you,
Julio's
good to miss. Bro, Julio's good to miss 4 games a year.
True.
So I think Kyle Pitts.
Don't they have Hayden Hurst?
Yeah, but.
So they're going to have to run 2 tight end sets because they paid him a lot of money. So they're not just going to sit him on the side.
Kyle Hayden.
That's a good pick, though.
Down.
I think Pitts has a good chance, though. I do think
Kyle Pitts, like 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Yeah, he's rookie of the year.
Like, I want him to go somewhere
85
else.
Catches.
I really don't want him in Atlanta. I just don't.
I think it'll be fun.
I don't. If they had Justin Fields too, then I'd be like, yeah, that could be a lot of fun. But Matt Ryan with all these weapons.
Here's what you do. Ready? Since the 49ers are picking Mac Jones, right? You pick who has the 5th pick? The Bengals. So they don't need Kyle Pitts. So who has the 6th pick? Is that the Dolphins, right?
Dolphins, then Lions, then us.
Yes. So the Dolphins have the 6th pick. Now, if you're the it doesn't work if you're the Dolphins because they have Tua. Who's next up the line?
They're probably going Jamar Chase.
I was going to say, bro, you should just draft Fields at 4 then. And then you trade back up to get Pitts. You just trade away Matty Ice, bro.
Yeah.
Trade away Matty Ice.
Detroit, can you imagine Detroit takes that deal and you got a quarterback room of Jared Goff and Matt Ryan?
You got a quarterback room of mid.
I hate teams that have such good skill positions and then mediocre quarterbacks, dude. Like Minnesota, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, quarterback, Kirk Cousins. Like that's just
some people really like Kirk.
He's good, but it's boring. You want to see like a Mahomes with a team like that or a Watson. Like you don't want to see a Kirk Cousins back there noodle arming everything.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Nothing against Kirk Cousins, though. I like
the
that.
bag.
I like that.
Secured the bag.
He has who liked that. I like that.
You're a fucking absolute cornball. Exit stage right on that one. Oh, I'm
not as good as you, man. I'm not as good as you. I got to try sometimes, though.
I mean, I am the funny one, I have always been told. But now let's go on the defensive side of the ball. Who you got?
I think Micah Parsons wins it wherever he goes, just because I don't see any there's no Chase Young in this draft. There's no crazy D end. It's corners have to have amazing rookie years to get defensive rookie of the year, like what Pat Pete did or Marshawn Lattimore. Like those guys had amazing rookie years. But linebackers, I feel like Michael Parsons is going to wind up maybe in Philly too. I think he could be a pick for Philly, help out their linebacking core. I think he's just going to go to a team. Yeah, I think he's going to go to a team that's just desperate at linebacker and he's just going to have over 100 tackles, be a beast. And, yeah, I think he's the most likely answer. But, Patrick Surtain could be up there too.
I was going to go with Surtain. That's what I'm going with. Because I think, it's I would say it's a shoo-in that he's going to the Cowboys, but they want to trade up with Atlanta to get Kyle Pitts because, who needs defense in the NFL? You just have to score 65 points if you're the Cowboys, apparently. So I'm going to go with Surtain. I'll do the same thing, no matter where he lands. That's how confident I am in the boy. Got to be a shutdown corner, especially if he goes to the Cowboys. You got Trey Diggs on the other side. I believe that's his name, right?
Trey. Yeah, I think it's Trey. No.
I think it is.
They just drafted Quandre. Is it Quandre Diggs?
No, Quandre Diggs is a safety.
Okay, so we're talking about the guy they just drafted last year.
Yeah, Diggs' cousin.
I don't know. You're probably right.
Diggs.
You're probably right. I just don't know. This doesn't sound right to me.
But actually, no, I know I'm right because there's actually a drop, like one of those like audio drops on the Michael K show. Shout out Don LaGreca, of him. It's funny as hell. So him and Booger McFarland are talking. And actually, no, maybe it's not Booger. I don't know who it is, but he goes, and who did the Bills get? And Don goes, Trey Diggs, and he goes, Stephon Diggs. You're right. It's just literally perfect timing. But you put him opposite, and maybe they can finally start doing something in Dallas. Maybe they'll actually have a defense that knows not how to give up like 65.
Yeah.
But so I'll go Surtain. Why not? Throw somebody different in there. But with that being said, we'll move on to the NBA, and we got more retirement news. What's going on? I don't understand. Well, Marcus Aldridge has retired. Had like a heart condition apparently. Like I don't know if he always had it. If it's
he said it happened the last game he played. He had a heartbeat, like a rhythm situation, like in the game.
That is such a weird
That's scary, bro.
That's scary, weird, and kind of also surprised that can't be fixed.
Yeah.
I thought that's what pacemakers did.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, hey, listen, my heart struggling enough already. So, what do you think of his career?
Yeah, he had a pretty good career. I feel like it's underrated because he never had that deep playoff run. In Portland, he was really good. 7 All-Stars. He's made All-NBA 5 times. It's like in Portland, if Greg Oden and Brandon Roy never had their injuries, that trio could have done some crazy stuff because Greg Oden was really good. It was injuries that took him, and same with Brandon Roy. And, in San Antonio, it was kind of like, wait out your time here, see where you can land. Once your contract is up, just get your money and see what happens. Because San Antonio, they weren't bad with DeMar and him. It's just they weren't going to win anything with that team. But, he's 51st all-time points, which is, 51st. Think about all the great NBA
that's
players.
Kind of surprising.
51st is pretty high, which I was surprised when I saw that. But I think he had a really good career. I think it's going to be underrated. I think he's going to be one of those forgotten big men because he never won anything, wasn't ever really the best big man in the league, but he was always right up there, 5 times All-NBA, that means there are 5 years where you were dominating shit. So I think he had an underrated career.
Yeah, I definitely remember him in Portland more than anywhere else, which is weird because by the time I really started paying attention to basketball, he was definitely on the Spurs longer, in my perspective. But, I just remember him in Portland being unstoppable, on the elbow, mid-range and everything like that, just money every single time. So it's crazy to see him go. And, like we said, the heart problem and everything like that. So I hope for the best for him. But it sucks too because this was his ring.
Yeah,
this was his
he'll
chance.
still get one if they win it. But it's I want to see him in the finals.
See, that's that. Maybe he'll pull a Gronk because
that'd be cool.
Not retirement thing, but Gronk technically, if you ask him, says that he has. Let's see, how many rings does he have now?
4.
He always said he had. Before they won that Rams one, he said he had 2.5 rings because he didn't play in the Falcon one.
Right.
So he was like, I got a half a ring, bro. I gotta win the Rams one in order to have a full Super Bowl ring. So maybe we'll do the same for Lamar because he gets a half a ring.
No, he gets the full ring. Gronk can say that because he already won a couple. But if Gronk played half that season, then retired,
how many games did he even play for the Nets though?
He's played like around 20. So I mean, in a 72 game season, that's close to a quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to get one just because he's been on the roster.
No, he'll get one. I'm not saying he's not going to, but come on.
I just really wanted to see
that's a participation trophy.
I just really want to see a lineup of, like Kyrie, Harden, KD, Blake, and Aldridge versus, LeBron, AD, Schroeder, Harrell, and like somebody else. Like just a star-studded lineup. That'd be really cool.
Nets in 6, baby.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, they have not been playing too great recently. Been losing me some money.
Again, too?
Yeah, these injuries, dude, they better be just those fake injuries, time management. Because if it comes to the playoffs and
you see that the Spurs got fined for that?
Yeah. I mean, why are they coming at the Spurs, bro? Here's
the thing I don't understand. How do you get fined for it, though? Because, how can they prove you're just resting them?
That's literally a thing on injury reports, rest. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, how, is it?
It's the inconsistencies. It's like the inconsistencies, they'll play 5 straight games and then they hit a tough part of their schedule where they're playing really good teams. And all of a sudden, this guy who played 36 minutes the other night has a strained calf. I don't know. They pick and choose those. It's never, I don't know. NBA is such
you got to find the Spurs for it. How are you not going to find the Nets?
Yeah, the Nets should.
Who rested Blake and KD?
The Nets and Clippers need to be fined up and down. If you're finding the Spurs for that,
they benched the KD and Blake against the Sixers and just made a
Kyrie
mockery out of the game.
Kyrie literally missed 2 games because he got some trash talk. It's
bro. Kyrie is a weird dude, bro.
There are a lot of weird dudes.
We should have saw this coming though. This is
Anthony Edwards didn't know who Alex Rodriguez was.
Yeah, unbelievable. By the way, how you not know that?
I don't even know baseball, but I knew who A-Rod was. You got to at least know who he is.
Come on, bro. I think this is shame. This is a perfect example of shame on us because we didn't see Kyrie being a weirdo after the flat Earth thing, bro. We should have seen it coming.
I still don't understand how people how there still are people that think the Earth is flat, dude.
Bro, because it is, obviously.
Yeah, bro. Just the whole every space station of every country in the world.
Bro, listen. If the Earth was round, then how come Australians aren't upside down, bro?
They are. They are. To us, they are.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not a flat earther, but that still doesn't make sense to me. Have you ever seen those videos that are I don't care how you explain it to me, it will still never make sense? That's one of those things. If it's underneath, how are we not upside down?
Isn't that just gravity?
Yeah, but bro, if you're on the bottom, all right. So here's this though.
Gravity's all around.
If I gave you a basketball and I made you stand on the bottom of it, you would be upside down.
But then, if there was pressure pushing it towards the basketball, you'd be able to stand on it.
No, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, gravity, man. I'm telling you, it's gravity.
No, gravity don't make sense either. Apparently.
Who
was it? Newton's third law or whatever the hell it is?
No, we're not getting into this, man. This is not in my area. I don't know.
Josh passed science with the 4.
I stopped taking science after my freshman year.
How is that even possible?
We had some pretty interesting. I took a lot of electives, man.
So,
I
had to have I had a required I think I had to have 3 required science credits.
We only had to have 1.5, so I took them both freshman year. But you had math and history and all that stuff.
I think I had to have 3 math credits as well.
I sucked.
Yeah, I did because I'll remember. I will never forget math in high school because I passed my algebra with the 66. Then I passed my geometry with a 70-something, but I failed the end of the year test, the Regents in New York, which is stupid that we even have to take them. And then took it again and cheated off the girl next to me because she was an overachiever. She was like, I'm here because I didn't like my grade on the first one. Go home.
Yeah.
And I still only got like a 68, but I still passed. So it doesn't matter. And then my junior year, my brilliant self really said, you know what? You can barely do 2 + 2, but you're going to take college math. You're going to do it.
Wow.
So I took college math my junior year, and the first half of the year, I got the high school credit, but not the college credit. And then the second half of the year, the first quiz we took, I got like a 30 on it. So I gave up the rest of the year and got like a 28 in the class. And then my senior year, I took like math essentials, which is basically like 2 + 2.
That's what I took all of high school, was just the easiest math class. And then I got to college, and they didn't have the easy.
See, even in college, I had to have like I had to have 3 college credits to graduate from my community college, and I took like math 100. And bro, the people in there, you want to talk about dumb? Like, we were talking about like the Pythagorean theorem, and they're like, "What's that?" And I was like, "All right, bro, come on, you're losing me here." I was like, "I know I'm bad, but like, come on, you're killing me."
No.
But whatever. I don't know how we got to that after Marcus Aldridge, but you know what? Things happen.
I don't know how we got to that either.
This one's for Mark. I know Mark's probably not here anymore because he's fake. But he asked a question earlier. He said it earlier. Hurry up and talk about the Celtics, Dan. Get to the good stuff. My boys are rolling. Well, you know what, Mark? You're going to get your wish, and you're not here. So the Celtics have won 8 of the last 9. Tatum and Brown averaging 50+ combined. If they stay this hot, Josh, what are they doing in the playoffs? Are they a threat to those good old Nets? Are they a threat to those 76ers? What's happening?
I think if Tatum and Brown can keep playing at this level, without a doubt, they can be a threat. I mean, they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals like 3 of the last 5 years. Like, they've been good in the playoffs with this young team. It's really going to come down to Kemba. Can he be – he doesn't have to be elite. Jaylen Brown is now taking that, co-star with Jason Tatum. It's Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum's team. Kemba only really has to be that third guy, maybe even fourth with the way Marcus Smart's been playing. So I think if he can get it going in the playoffs, they can be a threat. Their bench depth does worry me a little bit. They have some good players off the bench, but not compared to teams like the 76ers or Nets. But I do think they can be a threat just because of, what Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are able to do. I mean, they've been doing it the past few years. Jaylen Brown dropped 40 the other night. Just he's been playing out of his mind. And if he can be at Tatum's level too, I think they have a chance. But we're also talking about MVP Joel and the biggest super team ever created. So it's going to be interesting. But I do think they have a chance. They'll definitely take them. They won't get swept or anything. It'll be a tough series.
See, here's my problem with teams like the Celtics, and not just them, but like in general of like all sports history. Right now, even like you hear their interviews and stuff, they're playing playoff games. Mm-hmm. And that is very taxing. Like, that is very tiring. So by the time you actually get to the playoffs, you're kind of dead. Like you see it with the Knicks right now too. Like, they're going out trying their hardest every single night. Like, they're just a scrappy team. And right now, like, Randall's kind of tired. Like, RJ Barrett's kind of tired. But they have to play, because if they don't, they're probably not making the playoffs because the next team isn't good enough. So, with the Celtics, like you said, I think Kemba is kind of the wild card, because if Tatum and Jaylen Brown have an off night, can Kemba, return to Hornets form, which is weird to say, and just take over a game and become cardiac Kemba again? We don't know. So it's kind of a tough thing to look ahead into, but they're going to make the playoffs. They'll be scrappy. They'll be annoying. I don't think even, and that's the other thing too. Like, even if they got swept, which you don't think is going to happen, and I think there's a possibility depending on who they play. Like, I don't think they're getting swept out of 100 to 90, or not 190. That sounded a lot worse in my head. Like 125 to 90 or something like that. Like, it's going to be like a 120, 116, 125, 124 type of thing. Like, it's going to be like very close, like nitty gritty games. So
they're fifth right now. And the play-in games are like early next month. Like, the playoffs are coming up.
Who's
like
4?
The Hawks are 4 right now. But it's the Hawks, Celtics, Knicks, and Hornets, I believe, are all separated by like
You
a
see
game.
that LaMelo got cleared for individual basketball drills?
They won't bring him back, sadly. I want
You
them
don't
to.
think?
I hope they do.
I think they would if they make the playoffs.
But then also, it's like first round, you probably get matched up against Brooklyn or
Oh
Philly.
no, they would get clapped. But I think
I don't think they'd risk.
What playoff experience is good for kids?
I don't think they'd risk, re-injuring the wrist though. I think if they can get him
But
fully
if it's
healthy,
healed, what do you then? I
wrist
mean, what, is he never
injuries.
going to play again?
No, wrist injury is very easy to re-aggravate. I think it'll be.
All right,
I want
that
them to
means
bring
he can
him back.
never play again. He can always re-aggravate it.
I really want him to come back though. I thought he was going to miss the whole season.
I thought he was too. Initial report.
Yeah, hopefully he comes back.
Melo out here being a super.
Maybe then the rookie of the year race gets a little bit more tight because right now if he doesn't come back, Anthony Edwards playing out of his mind. So.
Nah, I think he missed too much time to even win it though.
But I mean, he played like 40, 45-ish games.
Yeah, but how many games has Anthony Edwards missed?
Not nearly as much. He's probably going to wind up finishing in the 60s. But if LaMelo comes back for 10, puts up good numbers, might have a race.
I don't know. I feel like those missed games be killing you.
I want a race though. I need the race.
Like TK.
Yeah. Well, no, not like TK though. Very opposite of what TK's race was.
And then we'll go into another one right here. Giannis. And this is actually a very good question by you, Josh. Pat on the back, brother. Is Giannis getting the LeBron effect? He averages insane numbers, but he isn't even in the MVP race. Is it just because it's too normal? Like I think this is really good because you see it all over the place. Like MVP, we said it many times. LeBron should have won it every year. MJ should have won it every year. Like, how does Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady not win it every single year? Like, it's because we're so used to it that, like, oh, you put up 30 and 16. Like, okay, you did that last year. Do something else. Like, if anybody else did that, we'd be like, holy shit. Like, what are we supposed to? How this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. But Giannis is like, I went out on the court, took a breath and did that and then left. And everybody else is just like, yeah, well, you're supposed to. Like, no, you're not. Yeah. You are not supposed to do it.
Yeah, I mean, he's averaging 28 and 11. Like, those are both top 4 in the league. Like, he's putting up insane numbers. He's had, like 7 triple-doubles this year, which is really good, too, because he's missed a few games, too. I mean, he's definitely getting that LeBron effect now. 2 MVPs down, back-to-back, just averaging 30 and 15 last year. Like, if you don't average 35 and 20 this year, you're not getting the MVP. Like, it's just how it's going to go for him. Even if he keeps shooting the ball better, he'd, literally have to be the best.
A little bit of a Woj bomb for you.
Oh,
he said there's optimism LaMelo could be ready to return to the lineup in 7 to 10 days.
7 to 10 days? Damn. Hey, then I would definitely watch their playoff series just to see playoff LaMelo.
That's what I'm saying.
But Giannis, I mean, unless he has a season where they are a 70-win team and he's averaging, 35 and something, he's not going to get another MVP just because it's normal now. He's going to do what Giannis does. People get tired of it, especially with social media now. It's like, all right, what have you done for me lately? Like, what's cool now? We've seen you do that for 3 years now. So I think he's got just 2 MVPs, though. That's a good amount of MVPs. Now it's about the rings because, I mean, you got a lot of young and up-and-comers. Joel's going to get one eventually. A bunch of players go. Harden's going to probably get another one before. Then you got players like Luka and Zion coming up. It's going to be tough for him to get another MVP, but I think he's on to bigger things now. Definitely got to be focused on the ring.
Yeah, I think the LeBron, Brady, MJ effect is happening. Like we said, if you don't – that's such a weird thing. Like, because even if he averaged 35 and 20, I feel like people would be like, okay, listen.
But look at Zion. Look at the 28 and 10 from Zion, bro.
No, literally, everybody's obsessed with that, but Giannis is like, hey, guys.
Yeah, walking triple-double.
Like, all right, yeah, get out of the way. Zion's here. Like, excuse me? I'm a little confused here. But we'll go into our last topic of the day, the conference finals / finals matchup prediction. What do you got, Josh? Lay it on the people.
I think it's going to be because seeding is going to obviously play an important factor. I think the East, regardless, Philly, Brooklyn.
Yeah, me too. All right, we're good on the East then, because that me and you agree on that one.
I just don't see Milwaukee having enough to get past. It's probably going to wind up being Philly that they play because I think they're going to finish as a third seed. So I just don't see him having enough off the bench to beat a team like Philly right now. And then in the West, I don't think Utah gets there.
Oh, I hope so.
I don't see it. I think they're really good. I think they can, make a nice little run, maybe second round. But
here's another thing that we're talking about the West, though, that we didn't talk about. Jamal Murray, bro.
Oh, man.
That was such a killer.
They were so good, man. It sucks.
That one rips your heart right out of you.
It's playoff Jamal, bro. He's a beast in the playoffs. He knows how to turn it on, and that sucks for the Nuggets, which is another reason I don't think the Nuggets can get there now. I mean, Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. are stepping up lately, but they're not – that one of them can be the co-star, but losing a guy like Jamal, you can't make up for that. I know they're going to sign Austin Rivers, but that's not making up a much for Jamal Murray. It's not. But I think I want to say LA. I want to say that, but I don't know. They might get matched up in the second round. And I feel like I'm missing a team. Denver, Utah.
Oh, the Suns.
The Suns, yep. All right, I'm going Lakers, Suns. Or Clippers, Suns, depending on the seeding, because it's on the seeding. I think it's one of
you
the
think
LA
the Suns are making it no matter what?
Yeah, I think the Suns make it no matter what. That team is really, really good. Like, think about what Chris Paul did for us last year. Think about how we
absolutely.
had 0.25 chance, and we're an 8th seed. The Suns almost made the playoffs last year. Really good roster. Really good roster. And then you add Chris Paul to that. I mean, the way they've been playing this year, I definitely think they can. So I think it'll be – I'll lock it in Lakers, Suns. And then I think the Lakers win that. And I think Brooklyn beats Philly. And then I'll go – I mean, yeah, Nets in 6 or 7.
So let me get this straight. I said Nets in 6 before, and you gave me you laughed at me.
All right, Lakers in 6.
No.
Lakers
no. You're not switching.
That's how close it is for me.
I'm clipping it.
LeBron,
recording it.
Lakers in 4, sweep.
Yeah, right.
No. Lakers in 7. Lakers, I don't know, 7 games. I don't know who wins. 7 games, I don't know who wins.
No, you're picking a winner.
No, 7 games.
I'm clipping the part where you said Nets in 6.
No, because I was like,
no, because that was your initial thought until I said something. So that's what you actually think.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think it goes 7, and I don't know who wins.
I still have to give my predictions, but I mean, stop the cap, bro.
I don't know who wins game 7.
I mean, I don't even have a hat in my room, but I would throw one at the camera right now. We might have to go to a hat store. There might not even be enough hats in there to stop that.
Fine. Nets in 6.
That's what I like to hear. But for me, like you said, if anybody other than the Sixers and Nets are there, I feel like something went terribly wrong.
Giannis could happen. Giannis.
I mean, yeah, but Giannis in the playoffs, we've seen that you shut down
LaMelo.
Yeah, okay.
Trae Young.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler. Yeah. Well, what about that?
A little Jimmy Butler, a little Victor Oladipo, a little Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, they're tired.
Yeah, I'm still good on them.
They're tired. They're still fatigued from last year.
Yeah, they are. God, I wish the Nuggets were good.
Yeah. Because they'd make it with Murray.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know what? I just want something different. So I'm just going to – I don't think it actually happened. No, I'll say things that actually happened because I don't want to
say it.
All right, fine. What I want to happen is Jazz and Suns.
That would be like the least star-studded, but probably most fun series of the playoffs.
I mean, hey, you got Donovan, you got Chris Paul,
but it's not,
you got Devin Booker.
By least star-studded, I mean the other options outside of those two teams are
you could have LA,
Kawhi, Luka, but that when the Suns and Jazz played, I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Good game.
Such a good game. I mean, a comeback in the fourth from the Jazz. I mean, Yeah, I'd love a 7-game series of that. It'd probably be like Utah, Denver last year. It'd probably be like that.
Utah, Denver last year.
That's an all-time series. I don't care.
One of the greatest things I've ever watched.
3-1 comeback, 50-point games from both sides every night, triple doubles, almost series winning buzzer beaters. I mean, it was insane. Last year's playoffs
until we got to the finals was so boring.
Yeah, because I mean the Heat run was fun, and then they're like, oh, they actually have to play in the finals. Like they don't just get the ring.
That's what I kind of want to happen, but I think it'll probably end up being like Lakers. You know.
So you were giving me shit for not taking the Nets in 6 in the finals, and you're hesitating on the Nets even being in the finals?
No, I said the Nets are going to be in the finals.
No, you said Lakers, and then you said,
yeah, no, because I think that's what the conference finals will be. But I'm saying that's what I want the conference finals to be.
Oh, so you said I thought you were on to the finals.
No. What I actually think will happen will probably be Lakers and I'll go Battle of LA. Actually no, because the seeding.
See, I don't know. That's the weird part. Like it's cool.
You know what? Screw it, because seeding can get messed up. So whatever. I'll still go LA, and then I think it ends up being Lakers Nets. I got the Nets in 6 easy.
Easy?
Bro, listen, until somebody beats them 4 out of 7 games, I can't.
They haven't even. I mean, with their whole new team, they haven't all played in the same game.
I know, but I just can't do it.
LeBron and AD already got a ring together, bro. And their bench, I mean, their other unit without LeBron and AD have been the best defensive team in the league without them.
Bro,
it's gonna be a battle, though.
I know, but
it's tough not to pick the Nets. It's tough.
I can't.
That is.
I can't do it.
To look at that.
I know we saw. I know we saw last year with the Clippers. Doc Rivers came out and said we just never played together, so that's why we were bad. But bro, I feel like even if they don't have the best chemistry, they're still somehow going to score 95 combined with the 3 of them. Yeah. And then what? You need 20 bench points. Big deal. Yeah. Joe Harris could get 20.
Joe Harris is going to be that secret weapon in the playoffs.
I'm telling you, bro.
That's going to be
listen, this is what they should do. Ready? Instead of just playing all 3 of them at one time because they haven't played together, they should be like, all right, game 1, KD, Harden, you guys got it. And then be like, game 2, all right, Harden, Kyrie, you got it. Then go back to Kyrie, KD.
Just have one MVP caliber player off the bench.
Yeah. See, I thought, in a weird way, and I know this probably doesn't make sense, but I've always wondered why really good teams don't do that. Why don't the Nets put Kyrie on the bench and bring him in with the reserves? Because then he's automatically better than everybody else on the
Thunder.
court.
We used to do that with Harden.
I know.
We'd start Steph, and we got to a finals with them at 22. Because we did that, Harden off the bench, Cephalosha starting, just have that defensive start, and then boom, 20 off the bench.
More teams should do that. You're right. I know there's probably some smart reason to it because, they don't get as much playing time.
Analytics.
Yeah, the analytics say that this will happen, and shut up. But bro, I feel like you take Kyrie or Harden off the bench, and then the Lakers bring in their bench, and then what? We got Dennis Schroeder and everybody like that trying to guard Kyrie. I'll take my chances.
Yeah.
And then they put the starters back in. Maybe you leave Kyrie in there for 5 minutes.
Or you just start one of them. You just start KD and bench players, and then your second unit is Kyrie and Harden. Damn.
Yo, just do what they did. You remember when KD came back?
Them all off the bench. All of them off the bench.
Well, then I feel all right. Well, then I feel the teams would just counter and be all right, we're gonna, And, but that'd be crazy though, because they probably get down by 40, and everybody be oh, the game's over, and then the bench comes in, and it's here's KD, Kyrie, and Harden.
60-0 run.
60-0 run. They win by 25 points, and
they only sit out the first 8 minutes, and then they play the rest of the game. That's how they do it. That's how it should work.
Listen,
start Steve Nash. Dress him up.
Start Steve Nash. Throw him in at point guard for a little bit.
Just pick and rolls with him and DeAndre Jordan the whole first
exactly.
quarter.
Maybe pass one out to Joe Harris occasionally.
Yeah. A couple lobs to Blake, but then we get the good guys in.
Easy. Yeah. And you say, listen, Nash, go put the tie back on.
Yeah. We're about to take over.
Yo, are you allowed to have player coaches?
You used to be able to. I don't think you can anymore.
I feel like that's stupid.
Yeah.
What was the last player coach?
I can't remember who the last one was. I think it might have been Bill Russell.
That was back in Nam.
Yeah, that's how long it's been. Like, nah, you can't do that shit. It's just stupid.
Well, you know what? Let me and Josh be NBA coaches immediately. A finals appearance, easy money, easy money sniper. No KD, you know what I mean?
I got a shirt that says that.
Do you?
Not the no KD, but yeah, I've had it since like 6th grade. Easy.
Bro, I don't know why, but I started saying that like all the time a few years ago, and everybody's always
KD, bro. That's what
everybody always looks at me because they like don't understand that that's his name, and I'm like,
yeah. It's just fun to say sometimes too. Like
if
you're playing basketball, bro. You launch up a three, easy money sniper, bro.
No KD.
No KD.
But, all right, we'll end it there. We'll go to the final segment. I already gave a little bit of my stop the cap. I had to convince Josh to pick the Nets out here. Little child wasn't too sure of himself, but Josh, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know if I got anything. I can't. What did we talk about today?
You should probably try listening to the show. It's pretty good.
All right, Connie, what was our third topic? Don't look at the doc.
Let's see. We started it off.
No, right now.
Shut up. I got to think. You don't even know it.
Say it. Yeah, I do.
All right. Well, no, I got to go through the topics. I would know
one of our great sponsors, my bookie.
With the quarterbacks over 5.5 in the draft?
Yeah.
Yeah, are they all going to be franchise quarterbacks? And I said no, and then you said Kellen Mond, maybe a sneaky 20s pick, and Matt in the comments said absolutely not. Yeah, come on.
My stop the cap is you're stupid for thinking Mac Jones actually goes 3 because it's just the most unlikely.
All right, then put your money where you're at. $5. I was $5. You don't got $5?
Because then I automatically lose. You're lucky when we bet on things.
I lost my mustache the last time we bet.
Yeah, and ever since then, everything we've gone against each other on, you've won. I'm not doing it. I'm not taking the risk.
What you're basically saying is I'm better.
No, you are lucky.
And you know what? I'm a little sad because I kind of forgot that we stopped doing the NBA pick segment.
I just forgot the record, and I was like, I don't.
We're picking it back up in the playoffs.
We'll pick it up right now, actually. We'll do it right now.
All right. Let me check. I'm winning, though.
Let me check if I win this, then we'll do the Mac Jones bet.
Well, then that means we're not going to be able to because I'm always going to win the pick'ems. I'm just better.
Well, we're about to see, man, because I've been –
Remember, that's enough. We can continue stop the cap right now. Mr. Josh said, I'm going to win in the NFL playoffs, bro.
All right, so here are the games tonight. Grizzlies, Nuggets, Jazz, Lakers.
Nuggets and Jazz.
Nuggets and Jazz. Why do I let you go? It's because you go first every time, too, because now I look like a weenie if I don't take both of them.
Listen, you can copy me. It's fine.
I'm going Nuggets, Lakers. I'm going Nuggets, Lakers. I'm going Nuggets, Lakers.
God, I can't wait to be up 2-1.
Congrats, you picked first, and I don't like to copy because then what's the point? Then if we both win.
Because there's no way that every week we're going to pick the exact same thing.
That's what was happening with the NBA pickups. We were picking the same teams every week.
All right, well then how about – I was going to say we could do different games, but then that's not fair.
We'll do a live game too, like a game that's happening right now.
All right,
so halftime. No, we're not going to do that one. That's too easy. Okay, this one. 76ers are without Ben Simmons and both Tobias Harris, and they're down 5 against the Warriors mid-second quarter. Who wins?
The Warriors. Stuff's going to go crazy going 45.
Going to 76ers.
All right, that's fine. You can have Joel Embiid.
So the live bet is Warriors-Sixers, and then I have Nuggets-Lakers. You have Nuggets-Jazz.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Not this. I don't like my.
He said not this.
This is bad for me. I don't know how this always happens. This is not okay.
All right. Well, with that being said, we'll end it there. thank the sponsors one more time, of course. As we mentioned a few times, our great sponsor, MyBookie, MyBookie.ag. USA 100 will double your first deposit up to $1,000. So if you want to bet on something, go do it there. We got MLB going on. We obviously got the NBA. We got hockey. You want to bet on the NFL draft? Go ahead. Why don't you? Why not? Pick the over on 5.5 quarterbacks. Kellen Mond sneaking in.
Oh, yeah. And take advantage of Justin Fields going 3-2.
Yeah, too bad. It's going to be a shame when Josh makes you lose money, but it's whatever.
No, that's easy money. Easy money sniper, no KD.
Oh, no. KD's on this one. But next up, I forgot for a second. Next up, we got RxHemp. RxHemp-USN will save you 10% of your entire order. They got pain relief, CBD creams, hot and cold. So if you're a little sore from life, as I always like to say, go check it out. You'll feel brand new when you wake up in the morning. So go ahead. RxHemp-USN for 10% off. Next up, we got the Teespring store. Wow, I just had a stroke. Teespring store, teespring.com/stores/unwrapped. Make sure you go and check them out. If there's a show on the live lineup that you enjoy watching, we have merch for it as well. Or if you want to support the network as a whole, we have merch for the network as well. I wear my handy dandy generational sports mask everywhere, baby. Looking great while I work, everything like that. So go and check it out. Support us. Support so we actually pay some bills, okay? You know what? Put some moolah in the pockets real quick. And then finally, the Patreon. Patreon.com/unwrappedsports. $1, you're supporting the squad. $5, you got access to our Discord. You get 10% off the store I was just telling you about, and access to our Amazon, You get entered into an Amazon gift card giveaway, and then the $10 here, you get everything I just said, except the 10% discount goes to $20, and you get entered into our signed memorabilia giveaway each month. Last month was the David Montgomery jersey. Before that, we did Keenan Allen, and this month we got a miniature signed Ricky Williams helmet. So make sure you go and check out the $10 tier of the Patreon. But with that being said, Josh, what do you have for the people before we head on out of here?
Follow me on Twitter at JoeLynn_4 and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes, sir. As for me, you know what it is by now. Anthony Connor _ on Twitter, Gen Z Sports for the pod. Do this every Monday, 7 Eastern, or whenever we go live. Tuesdays is the hard count with me and CJ. We talk about everything football. That's at 9 Eastern. Thursday is Backstop Banter with me and Michael Lawson. That is every Thursday at 10 p.m. So make sure you go and check all those out as well. Follow the Twitter, or subscribe to the YouTube. Follow the Twitch as well. Anthony _Carter, MLB The Show just came out. Your boy's been doing a lot of gaming.
I didn't get the pre-order, so I got to wait until tonight.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. But
well, technically tonight at midnight.
Yeah, I'm definitely playing tonight.
So make sure everybody goes and checks out.
I don't know anything about baseball, but I'll do the career mode. The career mode in the show.
You gotta play road. You gotta play Diamond Dynasty too.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. I love it.
I pulled a Mike Trout, bro. So happy. 95, Mike Trout.
Isn't he like the highest overall right now?
Yeah, I think so. Well, not technically,
because the legends.
Yeah. But 95 Mike Trout out of a pack, a free pack.
Hey.
I was like, heard you. Say no more. But with that being said, I appreciate everybody for watching. Josh, a pleasure as always. But we will see you guys next week. Appreciate everybody stopping by. See you.